rental at a time. And I want to thank you. I have some very loyal followers. And over the last 8, maybe 9 hours, I must have been sent 25, 30 articles highlighting federal judge struck down the CDC's eviction moratorium. Lots of the notes that I got came with excitement, came with relief, but I got to tell you, I am not there yet. So let's rewind the clock. Let's talk about what's been going on the last, I don't know, what has it been, 9, 10 months, various eviction moratoriums. So first and foremost, I don't know if you know this, but there is actually a clause in the U.S. Constitution. I believe it's the Fifth Amendment, and it is generally referred to as the taking clause. I am not a lawyer. I am not a Constitution expert, but I have read this, and this is my impression of that clause. Basically, the federal government can't come in and intercede into a contract that has been assigned or has been signed by two adults, right? They're of means and of capability. It's called the taking clause. And unfortunately, in this crisis, some people have felt that they can just ignore the U.S. Constitution, which I think is not okay. There was a lot of other ways we could have handled this, but they chose to do that, which is atrocious, in my opinion. That said, it happened, and it is still happening. This is now the third judge to essentially throw out the eviction moratorium. But they're actually doing it, according to other legal scholars and legal experts that I talked to off camera. There's a couple of things that they're pointing at. They're not actually talking about the taking clause in the U.S. Constitution. Most of the time, they're interjecting to the fact that the CDC has no rights, no ability to impact state commerce. And yes, a rental agreement is state commerce, not subject to CDC. The CDC has no bearing on this, but then again, they still did it and frankly are still doing it. In addition to that, the CDC has never been given authority to do the actions that they have done. So there's lots and lots of legal reasons for this not to be okay. Unfortunately, the legal system moves slow. Specifically, the Supreme Court moves slow. The Supreme Court doesn't want to get involved in this, doesn't want to be kind of put on the spot in a national crisis, if you will, to say, hey guys, knock it off. You can't do that. What will likely happen is once this crisis is over, there will be some court case somewhere with some landlord or maybe big business like Disneyland that sues CDC. Maybe there will be a class action lawsuit created. Who knows? I don't know what it takes to create a class action, but can you imagine the number of landlords that have been decimated by the CDC's overreach? It'd be a big number. So back to what I think is going on. I do not believe the CDC's order is legal. I don't think it's enforceable, but there's enough people that are going to squawk that is going to keep this going forward. Yes, I understand today, Wednesday, May 5th, that yet another judge has said not okay. However, I expect it to be appealed. I expect there to be some kind of stay of, I only know how to say stay of execution or stay of whatever it's called in legalese. Basically, we're going to appeal and you can't enforce this judgment until after the appeal. It's just delay, delay, delay. So while the landlords may feel good right now, you ain't going to get paid. I have some tenants that are down 11 months. And yes, I saw the article. I've seen the article. I have no confidence that I am going to get paid or I can get evictions now. The legal system doesn't move that slow, and they're going to appeal it, and then they're going to try to play with your heartstrings and do all of these things. So I wish I had better news. On the other side, I do think it's time to realize if you are a tenant and you are quote unquote playing games, which I have one of those, your time is coming to an end. It may not be this judge. It may be June. It may just be the end of June. The CDC order doesn't get extended because it eventually has to end. If you are a tenant and you have been rude and screamed at your landlord who is simply trying to collect rent so they can pay their mortgages and pay their bills and fix your AC, it's time to be nice. If you work with your landlord, which some of my tenants have, I've given rent credits, I've understood, I've done everything we could. But believe it or not, there are tenants out there that are nasty, that are malicious, and you're going to have a rather large judgment that is going to be on your credit for like 10 years once this is over. And as far as Gavin Newsom is concerned and his 80%, he can keep it. I don't want your 80%, Mr. Gavin Newsom. You didn't take 80% of my property taxes. You didn't take 80% of my state income tax. So why should I accept 80% of rent? Keep it. I will just go to court, file a small claims judgment, and move on. I took the risk as a landlord, and I don't want your 80%. You can keep it as far as I'm concerned. So landlords, yes, I know you may feel good today. I know you may feel vindicated, but the legal system doesn't move that fast. The legal system will eventually hear this case, but it'll probably be a year after this crisis is over. Some landlord somewhere, maybe some class action will get some money, but it'll be nothing compared to what we have all lost. And the fact that our U.S. Constitution was treated like toilet paper, I don't have a very good feeling about this. So again, it's almost over. I guess that's the best thing you could say as a landlord. It's almost over. It should be over this year. I think the economy is going gangbusters. In fact, I have heard for the first time since 2003, 2004, employers are giving employees bonuses to help them hire people. How wacky is that? We are going to have a blowout jobs number on Friday. Again, the over-under is 1.5 if you want to play. I'm taking the over. I'm about 50-50 now. This morning it was 60-40. Right now I'm about 50-50. People taking the over versus the under. So in the end, yes, I saw that there was a federal judge. I don't have any good feelings. They're just going to appeal it and push it up. But it's almost over. They can't keep extending it. So that's what I got for you. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. And remember, 7:30 a.m. Nope, tomorrow's Thursday. 7 a.m. tomorrow. Daily financial news. Take care. Bye-bye.